Hello, and welcome to Death and Taxes, part 2 of the video series I've begun doing. As per usual, this will be a fully voiced playthrough. If you have any inquiries on other games I should play, feel free to let me know. Last night was rough. Well, I'm off to work, as one does. After all, that's, I think, all I'm meant to do. My instructions for the day. Looks like someone has some important news for me. Crow News. Municipal garden barely survives accidental self-poisoning. Science Today. Local technician introduces new exciting soldiering techniques that may change the whole world. Interesting. Good morning, Grim. A new day dawns. You ought to know the drill by now, but just in case, there's another example and simple one. No special requests today. Try to follow the rules and choose the appropriate full files. Then send them to me by fax. Quota for the day. 2 humans have to die. Keep up the good work. Fate. Alright, let's get to work then. Lorenthal Zing. Lorenthal is a full-time cashier, and they've embraced the grind with a will of steel. Their beacon in darkness is a space exploration. Lorenthal supports every act taken towards space. And they even take cosmology, astrology classes, and the community college with the hope of one day contributing to the cause. Interesting. Perhaps this ties in with the ones we saw earlier this week. Elil Nenetti. True scholar. Elil is trying to integrate different disciplines in order to uncover the truths of the world. They live a life of science, searching for a universal theory of everything. It's not going to... Pins in the way, one moment. It's not going very well, as there are many holes yet to be patched, but that's what makes it fun. Trying to uncover the meaning of everything is a grand task. After all, I'm not even sure why I'm here. Perhaps it's best we leave that question unanswered for now. I'm uncomfortable knowing if that's true or not. What my purpose really is. Apologies. This is just some truth too great for people to be looking into, including myself. Columba Hunter, a 47-year-old airplane pilot. Columba is a distinguished war veteran, these days working as a well-regarded passenger airplane pilot. They're happily married and have 5 children. As a hobby, Columba is extremely interested in the history of religious buildings. Interesting. He supports a family, so that's all one can truly ask from a man. I believe this is the first one I'm certain should live out of all these files. Leo Bozarski. Leo has been in politics for over 40 years, and in that time they've worked hard on relaxing government's meddling in the real estate market. Although nobody has found proper proof, there have been rumors that Leo has taken away many bribes from a number of realtor agencies. That would correlate with the real estate market not being meddled in. However, the real estate market being regulated doesn't exactly sound too bad. We'll come back to that. And lastly, Enrique Quinto, the Prime Minister. He's serving a second term in office. Interesting. Enrique doesn't exactly deserve to die. The only one of these politicians who seems to be worth getting rid of is the real estate agent. For his possible corruption, everyone else seems to be fine in all other regards. Alright, I think I've come up with the best decision I can make for today. Alright, let's get this to my boss. That should end the day after this. Alright, the ghostly bellhops are doing their work now. Meaning that it is time that I go and meet with my boss for a small bit of chat. Grim, my latest spawn. 3 days you have been with us. How do you feel? Fine, more or less. Good. One has to focus on their tasks and avoid needless emotionality. It helps maintain composure in our stressful line of work. Now let me take a look at the files you've sent in today. Right. Everything looks to be in order. You have followed the rules and marked the correct amount of profiles. Meow. The cat interjects. Well, thank you for reminding me, Lady Partington. Okay, Grim, about your payment, which I may have forgotten about earlier. Am I getting back pay for the missing days? Of course, we take our worker satisfaction levels very seriously. The contract stipulates that every death gets a fair salary based on their performance accuracy. Marking profiles correctly is the most important task. If you mark more or less than necessary, you will not get your fee at all. Errors in secondary tasks will reduce the total even if the primary task is executed correctly. There's really not much else to say. You may leave. See you tomorrow. Conversations with the boss are always interesting. Though I have been paid a fair day's wage. Perhaps it is time to go see what Mortimer has, if anything at all.
Prepare for a perilous adventure on the ocean of quality merchandising.
Thank you, Mortimer. Wonderful to see you as well. Is this pumpkin a headpiece? Interesting. I do wish I could afford the globe, but I don't think I have enough money yet. For now, we'll go with the coin.
Used to belong to the ruthless Corsair Thaddeus Thatcher, that one. 'Tis the last existing thing from a lost civilization. My dad landed in their village, gathered up each and every one, sage and king and beggar alike, and let Lady Luck through this coin cast judgment on all. About half the civilization died that day, the rest doomed to a slow extinction. Then me crew laid upon Thad's war gallery the Gorge of Sectular. The battle was merciless, but the treasure was most exodus. Anyway, 'tis useful if you can't decide what to eat for dinner.
So it's just a coin. Well, I've been conned. At least partially. Though I do know I was getting myself something sketchy from a man in the bottom of a building. Ta-ta, Mortimer. Let's end the day for now. Time to turn in for the night. Another morning, another day at the office. Time to clock in and meet my boss's quota. Here we are. And it appears that some form of notice has arrived. And it looks like some form of money. Interesting. Not sure why it's wailing. Perhaps I can figure that out. Perhaps that should keep it quiet. Now back to work. Crow news. All survived a plane crash due to the skillful efforts of a pilot. Local politician dead after being struck in a car. Police have not yet ruled out a deliberate hit. Prime Minister Maisia visits local war museum while on their political tour. A new celestial body has been located, named Lorenthal after its discoverer. Good for Lorenthal.
Grim, have you looked outside today? It rains. It has been raining for hours. appropriate to accompany the respondents with it. Well, here are the rules for you. Quota for the day. 3 humans have to die. Another day, another death. Fate. Alright, let's get to work.
Talia is the current president of Formosa. Recently elected after years of working as a professor of economic theory. They are known for being critical of exploitative functions and pushing for more wealth equality. They have 3 kids and 8 grandchildren. Excuse me. I don't see why this person should die. Now I can only save 1 more of these people. Oh dear. At the bottom of this man's profile, it shows that fate wants him to live. Well, I must do as my boss says. Sadly, I've already marked 2 people to live, meaning the other 3 must die. I should not read their papers, but only sully my mood even further. Alright, there we go. Another good day of work. Time to go check in with my boss.
Grim, there you are. Let us be quick. All the profiles are here, just as requested. Excellent work. You even adhered to my little test note. I commend you for exhibiting vigilance. I'm beginning to sense a tinge of pride growing within me. I did not expect you to turn out such a good and dedicated reaper. If you keep this up, you will get far. You may even be promoted to a middle management position. Imagine the possibilities. The cat emits a delighted meow at the prospect. Anyway, I'm quite busy tonight, so you can go until tomorrow, Grim. Well, that was an interesting conversation. Luckily enough, I did do my job properly. Let's see one last time if Mortimer has anything new for us.
What ho! Hearken me, the humble and not all adventurous self, and assist ye today.
Well, let's see. What does Mortimer have to offer?
The Calavera.
Interesting. None of these seem to pique my fancy. Well, ta-ta, Mr. Mortimer. I suppose I should turn in for the day. Well, tomorrow brings a new adventure, as does every day. And that should bring us to the end of episode 2. Thank you all for bearing with me, and I do hope my microphone quality has gotten better. If you have any suggestions, critiques, or comments, feel free to leave them for me. Ta-ta and farewell, my dear friends, and to all